These are the all-new Scott Pure Mission 98 Ti skis. They're born from the same construction as the Scott Pure 109 Ti skis that won last year's Mpora Ski 100 selection. So if you're not aware, the Pure range from Scott was born from the influence of freeride legend Jeremy Heights. Jeremy was after a range of skis that could stand up to his style of skiing on some of the steepest faces on Earth. And this was all while not holding him back as he ascended these far-flung peaks. As with most of the skis that sit in the Pure freeride lineup, a powerful titanal layer sits at the heart of the Pure Mission 98 Ti. And this layer has been specifically shaped and tuned to provide power exactly where it's needed, and that's mainly underfoot, while reducing weight where it's not. Carbon and aramid has then been used to give the skis another boost in snappiness with a very slight weight penalty. You can see the carbon and aramid stringers here, and they stretch out both towards the tips and the tails, and this helps to reduce tip flap considerably. Then taking a quick look at the core, you've got a Paulownia wood core that's been laminated together with beech stringers to provide a lightweight yet surprisingly damp ride. This whole construction comes in at an impressively low weight of 1,850 grams for the 184 centimeter length that we tested. This makes the skis feel incredibly nimble underfoot while not being a burden when you decide to take them for a tour away from the resort. A final point on the construction has to be the Beefy Sidewalls, which run for pretty much the full length of the skis. I'm always stoked to see ski manufacturers opting for full sidewalls over a softer semi-capped construction. A full sidewall basically beefs up the stiffness of the whole ski. And speaking of which, the Pure Mission 98 Ti surprised the whole Mpora test team in terms of how stiff they were given their low weight. We assumed that there'd be a pair of skis that was easily knocked around and deflected at the first sight of chopped up snow, but that simply wasn't the case. The skis tracked extremely well and held their line impressively well too. This is largely thanks to that construction, which gives the skis a pretty stiff flex throughout. The tips are fairly soft compared to the rest of the length, and that's just to allow for an easier turn initiation, while the rest of the ski stays fairly stiff underfoot. We'd say that advanced to expert skiers would really get on with this blend of a strong flex and low weight. They're certainly not as demanding as the Pure Pro 109. The Pure Mission 98's tips and tails are shaped pretty similarly to that Pure Pro 109. They've obviously just been scaled down a touch to fit that 98mm waist width underfoot. You've got a traditional shape with very little tapering, and that produces a longish turn radius of 21 meters for the 184 centimeter length. This features Scott's Pure Freeride Side Cut, which is essentially an elliptical turn radius, meaning that you've got a short radius towards the tips with a longer one underfoot and behind the binding too. And this basically just makes for an easier turn initiation at slower speeds, but helps you remain planted at speed when you begin to flex the ski and initiate the longer turn radius found underfoot and towards the tails too. A little rocker both in the tips and the tails has been called on to provide a longer effective edge while still providing flotation and maneuverability when you take the skis into the soft stuff. Then traditional camber underfoot results in a strong edge hold through hard-packed and variable snow. Skis also feature a flat tail for a secure skin clip placement. So how does all of this translate to on snow feel? Well, we were out in Austria in a real mixed bag of conditions, and the Pure Mission 98s performed extremely well throughout, especially considering the relatively low weight of 1,830 grams per ski. This weight allowed us to slash and throw the skis around at will, while the strength in construction meant that they could hold their own throughout a range of conditions. I'd say these skis deserve a downhill specific touring binding, like the shift binding that we had on our test pair of skis. This will give you a setup that you can charge at speed while still remaining lightweight for the uphill. So that's the Scott Pure Mission 98 Ti. If you've got any questions regarding the ski or Scott's Pure range of skis, then just drop a comment down below and I'll answer as soon as possible. And of course, if you're new here, then be sure to click on that subscribe button below. Catch you on the next one.